Okay, ladies, we are on lesson 3, the arms race and detente. All right, so we're going to explain how the arms race and detente helped achieve, maintain, and/or threaten world peace. So, first off, what is the arms race? So, the arms race is a competition between the United States and the Soviet Union for supremacy in weapons and technology during the Cold War. For the most part, this arms race involves nuclear weapons. Okay, remember that word arm means a weapon. Nuclear arms, an explosive device that releases a large amount of energy in the form of a nuclear explosion. So when you have a nuclear explosion, you have a huge explosion of energy, which basically wipes out all life. It also tends to leave a lot of radiation. From the arms race and nuclear arms, you end up with mutually assured destruction or MAD. A conflict when each side has enough weapons to destroy the other side. The goal is that what they're going to do is they're actually going to, like the Soviet Union would send a bomb to the United States, and before that bomb could fully explode, they would send a bomb back to the Soviet Union, destroying both the United States and the Soviet Union. No one wins when you have mutually assured destruction. And then the last word is détente. It is a French word. It is the time during Cold War between 1969 and 1979 when the tension between the Soviet Union and the United States relaxes. So when we're thinking about détente, we need to think about just this relaxing of tension, this relaxing of issues. They're actually going to become more friendly with each other. So let's take a look at this political cartoon just to make sure. So the question asks to explain the historical circumstance that led to the situation. So remember, historical circumstances means the causes. So you have to tell me what caused this to happen. So what we see is we see this man right here, and hopefully we see his mustache, and we know that that is Joseph Stalin. Now, what he is holding is a whip. And if you take a look, it tells you over here that that whip is specifically called a knot, and it is used to punish, and it says believe it or not. So either believe it or be punished. In here, he says the warmonger Truman. Now, Truman at this time is the president of US, has launched a brutal and unprovoked attack upon the defenseless people of North Korea. And he's primarily talking to Poland, East Germany, the Czech, and Bulgaria. And what we are starting to see here, these are all the satellites. Go back to lesson 1 if you're not sure of that word. Okay, so what are the historical circumstances? Why is Joseph Stalin doing this? Why is he forcing them to believe this idea? So what you're going to do is you're going to read this passage on the arms race, take a look at the chart, answer those 2 questions. So let's take a look at the timeline of the arms race. So in August 1945, it goes all the way back to the end of World War II. The atomic bombs are dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Remember, this ends World War II. But what happens is everyone's watching the United States drop this bomb, and they all go, wait a minute, you have the destructive power to destroy whole cities. We need to do something. So the Soviet Union in 1949 is going to test their first atomic bomb. Because so many people wipes out 90% of the city, people start freaking out. Okay, so answer this question too throughout your notes. If you were other countries in the world, how would you react to these bombs being used? So in 1952, as a reaction to the Soviet Union doing their own nuclear testing, the United States starts testing a new weapon called the hydrogen bomb. Well, the Soviet Union only takes 1 year before they start developing a hydrogen bomb because they're freaking out now. So what we end up with is mutually assured destruction, or MAD. Each side has enough weapons to destroy the other side, which basically discouraged all-out nuclear warfare. The United States is not in the interest of killing themselves. All of this arms race, this buildup, eventually is going to lead to a time period known as détente. It's about 10 years, from 69 to 79. And within that, what we end up with is SALT I and ABM, which are treaties that are symbolic, but they represented a mutual effort to work towards cooperation and coexistence.